Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are feeling pretty good. Hope you guys are feeling healthy and safe and all that, all the beautiful things. So we're gonna be doing. Should I open this? It's a little bit more sunlight, I guess. We're gonna be doing. I'm scatterbrained. I just got off of work. I'm sorry. It's gonna be the collective love reading that I promised. It goes along with the new spread I've been working with. So yeah, I want to back up a little bit so I can sort of reach, but let's get started. If you're new here, it's good to see you. I really appreciate it. Like really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you stay. If you want to, like, share, subscribe, comment, like, oof, funny. Sorry, comment. Just a really good love movie or relationship movie that I've watched. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. So if you want to see that, comment. I can't remember the names of the actors, but the lead female is the lead female in Shameless. Plays I can't remember names, but you'll find it if you do. Hopefully you find it. I'll leave it in the comments if I can. In the comments. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, comment. Notifications if you want. If you want personal reading, information for that is down below. Other than that, so sorry for the spiel, but love reading. Oh, I'm sorry, but Capricorn at the bottom. There's a full moon in Capricorn today. I love that because my moon is in Capricorn, so I feel alive. I feel alive in the right spaces, like my heart, whatever. That is Capricorn moon. I love it, but whatever. Let's see what's up. I do definitely feel like good, so I hope you guys feel good too as well. I like the energy. I feel like you guys feel alive, if anything. So this is the love reading. Mother. Shuffling, stop and look, and it's the Two of Cups. This might be a little juicy. I hope so. Might be a little cute. My cashier at Wendy's was very cute. Oh my God. And he said I was great. He's so sweet. Anyways, I'm so sorry. Let's get into this. So we're gonna start with the Lenormand, and we're doing the Lenormand and the Hermetic Tarot. So that's what the spread's gonna look like. I'm gonna pull one from the Lenormand, see what's going on. What's the love reading overall energy? It just fell. Just stop. What is going on here? It's not the Nine of Cups, because the Nine of Cups would be like, I'd be like, oh, this is sweet. Like, and you know me, I'm always talking about that love of self. I'm always talking about it. It can get really annoying. I promise you, I understand. But the Ten of Cups. Now I have to notice that there's I'm gonna play a lot of devil's advocate like I always do, and I'm feeling energy especially today. But the 18 here is moon, so the moon, the emotions, there could be something that's hidden or unknown or unseen, something probably a bit of a mystery. Things could be, it could feel like you could probably have a lot of your life understood, and you can have a lot of clear vision about a lot of things in your life. But maybe when it comes to like love, it's been a bit of a mystery. But Ten of Cups here coming out for the overall for the reading. Well, shit. I don't know what to do with that. And the key in the cage at the bottom. Eight of Pentacles. It could be a work relationship. It could be someone at work. But also it could be something you've worked hard for. You put in continuous effort. And the continuous effort I would say would be that love of self. There's that love of self that we were talking about. That would be the continuous effort. So putting in that continuous effort to love yourself is what unlocks the cage. That's the key. The key to unlocking the cage for love to come into you is by unlocking love within yourself, which we've talked a lot about that. So I think you've done that. It's beautiful. Ten of Cups and the dog. It's the love reading, bro. That's no joke. That's literally like out. This is the first love reading I've done in a long time. And so just Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is a process. It takes its time. Like the full rainbow, you have to imagine the rainbow doesn't start with the end. So you're not starting with the end. You're not just jumping into a relationship. You've taken the process to go over the full gambit of Ace of Cups, One of Cups, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. You've gone through the whole thing of like loving yourself, and then loving a community, and then maybe going through the Four of Cups, which is like a disappointment, and then like learning is actually abundance. Five of Cups, the whole spiel. I'm not gonna go through, but you know what I'm saying. You went through the whole thing. And now you're reaching the 10, the new beginning. It's still fitting with that whole new beginning, with that energy that I've been feeling for the collective. I love it. That's crazy. 10 of Cups. We're going to dig into this for sure. Okay. So for the collective love reading, What do we got on the mind for the collective? There's a bunch flying out, but the Queen of Wands has been showing up so much. So what is the Queen of Wands? I can tell you she's hot, and it is very hot right now, literally. So my only conclusion that I've got right now is that you are very hot. Like, something about you is transformed to look very sexy and attractive. And I think it's a major key thing. And I think it's the queen thing. So you sat in and you drew in that, you drew it into the inside, from the inside out. It's not the King of Wands or something else. It's not about what you're doing or something you're physically like doing. You've created a sexiness and attractiveness from the inside. I don't know much about that else. I'm seeing the dragonfly, which is reminding me of Emperor, some more fire energy. But what's actually coming out? What the hell? So, Ten of Cups wants to let you know out the gate that you're coming through to a beautiful love cycle. Ten of Wands is starting off your reading to say that there's been some sort of a burden. Underneath is the Eight of Cups. Yeah, whoa, shit. So you could be in the Eight of Cups, or it could have been in the Eight of Cups for a very long time, and moving through the 8 and the 9 and coming to the 10 that we see. This just could be about that process. A burden you let go of, the Eight of Cups, something you put effort into, an emotional effort. And the Eight of Pentacles coming out was talking about how that you put in that physical effort to really get to know yourself and use your resources wisely on yourself. But this Eight of Cups is talking about maybe an emotional distance you've taken from people or from some sort of a group or community that was just a burden. Or not just a community, but like it's not even just a community. It feels like an archetype of a person. And it's funny that we're using the archetype recently, because it feels like an archetype of a person. It's not just like, and that's what makes it not personal. I'm almost feeling like it's not about the personal thing is what people individually choose to do. But I think what's personal is what you're doing for yourself, and the objectiveness, what you're detaching from the idea is just an archetype of a person, the archetype of an energy that is a burden, an archetype of an energy that doesn't put the emotional effort in that you do, and an archetype of an energy that maybe isn't empathetic the same way that you are, and just an archetype of an energy that doesn't flow the same way that you do, that doesn't know how to flow, that doesn't know how to put emotional effort. That's what I feel. And things that don't know how to put emotional effort, things that may be a bit of a mystery that we felt with that moon, things that feel like a bit, anything that's been feeling like it's not like you can't get clarity on it and it's not your fault, burden, you're putting it down. I love that. I love that starts off the reading. So many, it's 2 10s also, so it's a 20 major life decisions you're making, but also it's a 2, so it's a major life decision because of what you want in relationships, what you want in your one-on-ones, like when you are with with yourself one-on-one, when you are with another person one-on-one. What do you want? Do you want someone to ride out the same way emotionally that you do, or do you want to be the one carrying the emotional bags? You know, I think they should probably be balanced. That's what a 2 would show you. But let's see what else we got. What else is there? The Page of Swords coming out with this. And this Page of Swords has been coming out. Keeps coming out. 2 of Wands. A message. I just saw a car pull up behind me, so it's like almost like the message is arriving. The message is arriving. Of course, that's a 10 to the page. It's like the message of something is arriving. Look at that, the Page of Swords. You could be getting DMs, emails, texts from someone. I saw the sun. That was almost like a little bit of clarity. Yeah, maybe DMs or texts or clarity from someone. And this is love with the 10 of Wands and the Page of Swords. It could be from someone who's like letting you know they're putting down a burden, letting you know they're probably letting you know about the burdens that they've had. Here's someone, they're honking, but I'm not sure if they're honking for me. That's why I'm a little like, trying to get my attention? Oh no. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, so I was just making sure that was not for me. 444 on the calendar, on the clock right now. What else we got? priestess. The high priestess. So now we're also doing the sign of Pisces. There's that 2 I was talking about, because she's the number 2. And I was talking about just like what you would, like on your one-on-ones. And this one-on-one with the high priestess is definitely one with the self. It's like you... Maybe you know something. But then also, the high priestess is looking at the Page of Swords. So you could be looking at someone, or someone could be looking at you. But whoever's doing the looking, they know, like they have a deep knowing of something. And whoever's not doing the looking, because they're looking, the picture is kind of looking away. Whoever's not doing the looking may not know much, but they know where they're going. It's really interesting. It's like they've got spirit guides above them. You know, they got someone telling them direction, even if they haven't. Maybe it's like someone who's inexperienced, and maybe you're experienced, right? And if that's the case, this is a balance between control, you know, because no one can have full control. Even though you have a deep intuition and a deep knowing, deep sense of empathy, deep sense of like complete knowing, you don't have control over where this person goes or what this person does or what they say or who they decide to be. And just as much as they don't have control over maybe their intuition right now or their deep knowing, maybe if they don't have control over that, they do have control over where they're going. And it's just like, if you guys are probably getting to know each other, it's a balance of that. Like maybe the power position within you is your intuition, but the power position within them is their youthfulness, their exuberance, their readiness to learn, their spirit. They've got someone watching over them, and like, you know, everyone has their downfalls. Like maybe like you can't control, you can't physically do anything. It's an inside sort of feeling. It's the high priestess. It's not an external. It's not the Hierophant. It would be the high priestess. So you've got a lot of internal power. This person just may have a lot of external power, and it's just balancing that. 10 of Wands, right? Because in the 10 of Wands, you would probably do all of that. You'd be the one manifesting, creating, doing, and also feeling and putting in the emotional effort. But now you're learning that you can come to someone and it can actually be kind of balanced. But you just have to. But the lesson in that is letting go of control, because now you're not doing everything. That's what this kind of feels like. Because 10 of Cups is here, so it's gonna be so beautiful with colors you couldn't even imagine were there before. That's why it's so important and so like so necessary for this process to happen. However, straining it might don't go under the crack. Well, there we go. Before I get upset, come on, babe. Come on, babe. There's another 2. There's another 2. And it's funny because the 2 of Cups and the 10 of Cups comes out straight out the gate in the reading, so it's like it's a guarantee. It's like no matter what happens, there's going to be a beautiful relationship. So let's talk about what's going on here. You might have like control issues when it comes to like trying to make sure everything goes okay, even in stuff like this with relationships, where like when it's one-on-one, there's more than just you involved, so you can't control this other pentacle, you know. And that's what I'm feeling. 10 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. Damn, yeah. And that's Jupiter and Capricorn, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But 10 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, right on top, underneath each other. That's like you are the heavy lifter, and you're carrying both pentacles while someone like right behind you. When in reality, what you're coming towards is, like I said, you're holding this one pentacle, someone's holding that pentacle. So you're both responsible for the balance. That's beautiful. You're coming towards something like where you're both responsible. I don't think you've ever experienced something like that before, where it's the whole circle, it's the whole rainbow. Like you can imagine, it's the emotions, the mental, the spiritual, and the physical, all of it. They're holding all their own, and they're releasing control just as much as you are. It's beautiful because it's like before it just seems like you were the balancer, you were the one holding everything in line, you were the one juggling, and it seems like while you were juggling the responsibilities in the relationship, the other person was juggling the relationship in general. Like they weren't, and it has to be because like they weren't holding the relationship as responsibly as you were, and you just have to wonder like if they want it or where the values come. Like there's a lot of mystery involved when you're the one carrying it all, you know. Oof. And literally, I'm gonna keep saying it. Whoever in the collective keeps saying oof, cut it out, because I keep saying it and I don't say it outside of these videos, so I know it's one of you. Stop. I'm sorry, that's the shrug. I got distracted. Maybe the Two of Pentacles is, I think, I could be wrong, I don't know, I keep forgetting, I keep mixing them up, but I think it could be, I'm showing y'all, so I'm like putting myself on this way. It could be like Jupiter, I think, but it's also Jupiter and then it's Capricorn. So expansion through effort, right? And that makes sense because one pentacle expands into two. Once you show what you have to offer, the other person is gonna expand upon that and show you what they have to offer. And maybe that in the past just wasn't happening, but it's coming through now. The Two of Pentacles is so beautiful here because it's another two, and with the High Priestess, if you are the High Priestess, which I feel like you should, like I feel like you would be, like coming to here to look at a tarot reading, I feel like you might be in that position. It could be the other way around, or again, it could be mirroring. So like they could have their own High Priestess, their own High Priest. Like I said, so many different ways you could read that. They could have their High Priestess abilities too in a certain area, and their Page of Swords in a certain area. And you could have your High Priestess in a certain area, and your Page of Swords. Is what I'm saying is you could have really good intuition, and then also be in a youthful looking package where you are also just fresh to it and still learning. Like there's more to learn, even though you know it all. You know it all, but there's more to learn. Same way with this person, right? And I don't feel any past. I keep on talking about the past because I understand that it's part of it, kind of. But I just feel like maybe with that, it's just like in the past, like you dealt with know-it-alls or you dealt with people who are still learning. Literally, like the energy feels so reflective right now, especially with that High Priestess energy coming out. It feels so reflective. Just with Two of Pentacles, it's like maybe in the cycle, definitely, it's just definitely people who acted like they knew everything, but they didn't. Either that, or people who are still learning. So it was very. So that can be like if they're still learning, and that if that doesn't align with you, that probably wouldn't fit with you. You know. I mean, it's not about bashing anyone who's still learning in a process, but it's just what are you going to put yourself through? What would you put yourself through? You know, if you want to put yourself through that, then or go through that or deal with that, that's totally fine. That's how your values line up, and obviously you probably might be talking to that person who wouldn't be looking for a love reading right now in the nicest way. I'm not trying to say that anyway, but like, you know how the logistics make sense. It seems like what I'm saying is, it seems like you moved away from that energy. You don't want something where someone's still learning, in a sense. You don't want that for a committed relationship, like a friendship probably, but you don't want that for a committed relationship. And you probably also don't want someone who knows it all and has absolutely no sense of letting go of control. You know, you want something balanced, and I feel like that's what's coming. I definitely feel like that's what's coming in. Definitely. You're expanding because of the effort you put into yourself. Capricorn is work and self. You've expanded because you put work into yourself. That's beautiful. And because of that, you're expanding your relationship domain too. Like you're getting, I feel definitely a lot more friends, but I know for sure there's a relationship on the other end of this. That's gorgeous. Whoa, that one is just down in the crap. Okay, come on. My heart, the Nine of Cups. And I love the Nine of Cups because you have the 10. You had the 8 of the, okay, so you had the 10 at the beginning. The 8 came along to talk about it. And like I said, we're just talking about it because there's definitely a progression happening. You have the 10 right there. The 9, The 9 by the Two of Pentacles is beautiful because it says that, because like I said, because you expanded upon your work on self, you expanded upon the emotional love and depth you have for yourself, and that locked you in solid. There was no more reaching for the 9 of Cups. There's no more achieving. Like, of course you're gonna have lessons with Capricorn. Of course you're probably gonna go around the ring again and learn some more about it, right? But there's nothing that can take you out of this now. Right under the Page of Swords too. When we're talking about the Page of Swords, we're talking about that youthful exuberance, that fresh, more things to learn. Right, holy shit. So 9 of Cups, there's always going to be more things to learn, always more things to learn, to love about yourself. But you're locked in solid, and you've got something to say. Like, the way you speak, it seems so youthful and exuberant, and it seems so youthful and exuberant because you have a fresh love and a complete love for yourself. That's a major superpower. If you know what I mean. Like, it's a major, like to just have your individual love and happiness and not have it defined by materials or by anyone else's thoughts or any thoughts, or have it defined by it's just full, complete and full, complete love with itself. It's the 9. Again, it's a balance. So when I say 9 is a balance, I say everything has a balance. So 4.5, 4.5, that's a balance, right? 9 is a balance because with this, the individual, with yourself, you're still a whole person, but you essentially have 2 halves. So a light and a dark. So you've definitely accepted a lot about yourself, and not just accepted, but it's just cherish. It's like even the things that are dark, you're learning to really find beautiful. Where it could have been different, like with this page here, like it could have been like you're probably. It feels like, first of all, because there's a couple things. It feels like, first of all, like maybe you're in a younger mindset and you just had an idea of loving maybe you didn't have much love for yourself as a young child, or in a younger time in your life, but you've grown so much. The page is on top of this 9 of Cups. If it was like this, I would have felt like maybe there's some growth to be had, but the page is on top. The page is on top of the 9. So it's like you definitely grow. And lastly with that, it's like, yeah, this is how I feel the pages all the time. Right, this is the 9 of Cups and this is the page. The page is being sent out. And if the page is coming from the 8 of Cups, I'd say page is going to find the 9th cup, right? Well, the page is coming from the 9 of Cups. Where do you think they're going? Where do you think they're going? 10 of Cups for sure. The page is understood. The page understood the assignment, and that's what a page would do. That's what a page would do. You understood the assignment. You really got it, and you worked and expanded yourself, and you're coming through to a 10 of Cups that's so beautiful. And the 10 of Cups, literally, like the 9 of Cups comes out to clarify. Like, you have, at least for the most part, you have love, so much love for yourself, so much. So you're not going to the 9 of Cups. You're going to the 10, which is a complete distinction from the 9. It's a group, it's a community, it's more than just you. So that's definitely I'm really happy that we're going to a lovely place. Like, we're always pretty much learning here. There's a lot of love, self-love, and of course there's more things to learn. There's always things to learn, but we're going towards something beautiful right now. At least you guys definitely are. 4 of Wands, yeah, you're going to a union like no other. And I literally don't say shit like that normally. I just let my mouth go where it goes. So you're going to a union like no other. What we got for the end? We got to what we got for the collective and love. It's always so sad to see you guys go, but let's see what we got. I wasn't calling you that. I'm sorry. I would never call any of you that. Unless you're a dude who is acting in a bitchy way. Just dudes. Women, not a word for them. Dudes, that would be the bitchy here. You know, that makes sense in my brain. Either ways, in the love reading, what you have for the final is the lovers. Now, I can't say much about that because I know everyone sees the lovers and it's like, lovers, love, love, love. Very true. But please allow the Capricorn moon to show you the devil advocate of the fact that it's also a choice. It's not just about love. This could be about the choice to not to love something. This could be literally the opposite of love. So with the High Priestess and the lovers, it's definitely a deep choice, very, very focused on the intuition, very focused on what you know and you sense and you feel. Looking at all aspects, the dark and the light of things, because Gemini. So this and that, like this. So a high priest is this and that. Right. There could be it could be a really beautiful cycle, but the unbeautiful part of it could be the lack of control you have. You might have been in cycles where you've been in a lot more control, you've been more conscious, you've been more aware. Because of the high priest, you've been more in control, for sure. Just at least definitely of like the inner workings of everything. And when you control the inner workings, you pretty much control everything. That's why women rule the world. It's literally logistic. It's not even an opinion. It's a fact. But that's why the high priest is important here, because it's like, you know, losing the thought, you are aware of you're in cycles where you probably were aware, yes, awareness, and you also had control. Awareness, knowledge, that is power, that's control. And because you had all that control, you had a lot more power, but you also had to do a lot more work. Now you're doing less work. That's the good but that of the Gemini part of that is saying that also you have less control. You're not going to be in super control of what's going on. You're not going to control every step, every movement. You're probably not going to feel everything. Maybe you're still going to have to learn things about your own feelings, new things about your feelings. A lot of things to learn. And what I just feel here definitely is like, it's a choice. Do you want to be in less control for the love that you could receive, or do you want to maybe, you can, like, it's with Capricorn and Saturn, those rings are pretty much infinite with that number 8. Those rings are continuous, so it's like you can decide not to go for this love and be in more control and do more work for a love that you could like, or you could let go and go for a love that you haven't experienced before, but that could bring you so much joy, so much love, so much pride, if that's what you're about. I love that too. But just love in general, it is a choice though. But I think this is also saying that someone's making a choice. And the number 6 too, it's bringing everything into a balance. This is the 6th card in the spread. If the Lovers comes out from now on, it really is an impactful thing, because this is a 6-card spread. So it feels like someone's making a choice. In this position, yes, someone's making a choice. And I just said yes. So if someone's probably looking for a yes, you're probably getting a yes if you really feel that, And the High Priest is like, and I say this, and I don't know if it's true, but I've always heard, and it's like, if you really feel something for someone, if you really feel some sort of attachment, not attachment, I shouldn't say attachment, that's a different type. I don't know, sometimes you have deep feelings for people, and it just feels like you intuitively know if they're feeling you a type of way or if not, That's why flirting is natural. But, I don't know where that thought's going, so just, y'all can have that. I love it, guys. 6 of Wands at the bottom before, like, this has been out on the bottom the whole time. The victory was there the whole time. All you had to do was make the choice. And the choice, usually starts with yourself. Like I said, what do you want for yourself? What do you want to build? What would you like for yourself? What would you like for your relationship? Your relationship with self will tell you most likely what you want from someone else. But it doesn't matter, because the victory was here the whole time. 6 of Wands, and we're talking about the 6, harmony, balance, something coming to a major balance. Major. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I hope this helped. I hope this is great. I hope that it helped and gave you a little bit of clarity, at least. I literally hope you guys have a beautiful relationship. You deserve it. Seems like you put in a lot of work and effort into a lot of other things, and what it did was taught you about just how much commitment you can put into yourself. And that is the most beautiful thing, because because that's that story of the man pushing. I don't know if you've heard it, but I keep telling it, so sorry, I heard it and I love the story. But it's just a man, he's pushing to get actually, there's a huge rock in this man's way. He wants to go past it. God tells him, the man, push the rock. And this is the man, so it's funny because it's Gemini, which is the 6 in the tarot, sign of human or man, And God tells the man, he's like, push the rock. And so the man's like, all right, I'll do it. So he wants to get out of the way. He's pushing it. Days, months, weeks, months. The man's just pushing it. He can't get it out of the way. God comes back down, checks in on him. Hey, how you doing, bud? The man goes, oh God, I'm so sorry, I couldn't move the rock. He's like, he's in a wreck. He's like he feels like he's disappointed, like he doesn't know how to get through. And God's like, well, I didn't ask you to move the rock. God's like, I wanted you to push the rock. And God's like, look at yourself, boy. And the guy, boy, sorry. God's like, look at yourself, man. I'm saying this example could be a man, woman, or anything in between, non-defined. I want definitely, or non-defined, non-binary, just any in between. I want to make sure that's clear. But God tells the person, he's like, look at yourself. And the person's all strong, ripped, legs just toned, muscles. And God, and he's like, well, what is that gonna do for me? And God, well, I think he asked that, but God's like, oh, you know what? Actually, I got you. And he picks up the rock, just tosses it away. It wasn't about moving the rock. It wasn't about trying to take the obstacle out of our way. That's not the control that we have. But the control that they had was internal. That the body was literally transformed. And when they went through, they were stronger than they would have been if they had just moved if the guy had just moved the rock before. But that was a lesson, and not just a lesson, but a lesson in internal strength. It's not about being the strongest or having the most control. It's about knowing how to move yourself from the inside out, and that is what brings in a most gorgeous and beautiful relationship for you guys. I want to get one more from the Norman because I'm feeling greedy, and just see what's up. For the last thing, I'm not going to talk on it. Just going to pull it. I still might talk on that. Hope for the best. What we have from the Norman to end this out. Wow. I guess I'll take them all. I don't normally, but I don't have time for that. The Child, the Doors, and the Book. The Ten of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups. I'm putting it. That's beautiful. 3 tens in here. Oh my God. And the Child and the Doors, choices. This is about choices. So definitely there's a choice you have to make, or choices someone's making. And the choices that you make with the Queen of Pentacles is all on self-care. It's all about, again, what would you want for you. And the Child, a lot of imagination. It's a 13, so it's the Death. It's the Knight of Swords. It's direct action. This is the rebirth of something very deep and personal within you. Something that you may have wanted as a child, but then also just something that you want with that page. It's something that that makes you feel alive. It makes you something that you sense, something that you know for yourself, something in your root system. This is just about the choices you make with a child too. There's that rainbow, there's that Ten of Cups energy. It just feels like writing a new story, making new choices. Writing a new story and making new choices, and you're writing a beautiful love story. And with a child here, it's so original because it's you. You're not writing or reading someone else's story anymore. And because you're making your own story, because you're handling your own and doing your own and creating, other people are able to write in that story, not write in that story, but create their stories around you too, and it's going to be such a beautiful thing. You are literally writing a beautiful story, and the Ten of Pentacles, it's going to last you. It's going to last. This is something that's going to last. And look at what's still at the bottom. FedEx just pulled up behind me. You know the whole story with the arrow. Keep moving forward. You guys are moving forward. This is beautiful. I'm gonna do that too and keep moving forward. Got some zodiacs to read. If you want, go check out the zodiacs or the collective. If not, thank you so much for being here. I really hope it helped. I hope that you guys stick around. Like, share, subscribe, comment, notifications. Please, any of that would be awesome. Check out any other videos if you want. Personal reading information for that down below. Other than that, big hugs. Stay safe. Thank you so much for being here again, and drink water. That's good. Have a good love cycle, guys. Have a great day. Bye, guys.